Sammy, up here. I got theirs. It's up on your desk. We didn't get it now. I see Rams got it though. You guys, yeah, you got the one on the left right there is Menace. Hey, Ram. Hey, Mike. Who's home? Thank you. What's your name? Steve? Adam. Nice to meet you. I just told all my score friends you're announcing the game. They're all tuning in now. Thank you.
And it's going great too. You know, explain out this shit. You have to walk up with the last game. You can see it build up, it build the same. Score one last week. Kind of walk off all the week.
That's impressive.
Look, I think And now we're gonna play the same ball. Same ball, 3 games.
Welcome back to Field 1, live from the Park District of Forest Park. Adam Cumby up here in the sweat box, ready to call this one. We've got Menace, we've got 45's.
Sammy, he wants the pink.
So Menace is going to be the home team here. 45's lineup just got to me. It's going to be Anthony Sanchez, Nate Mercado, Vince Sacy, Jeff Mustari, Scotty, Joe Yaris, Danny V, Jimmy Moretti, Adam Haas, Mike Marola, and then Chuck Regalado. So we'll get that all transcribed. Defensively for Menace, it's going to be Jesse Rosado in left, Sal Ramondo in center, Tommy Evett in right. Over at third is going to be Greg Yursich, then Cree Costello at short. Short center is going to be Joe Brannigan, Chris Camarillo at second, and then Matt Scott over at first. Brian Crosdale on the mound, and Dan Big Rig Higgins behind the dish. And Pat checking in on Twitch already. Jerry, welcome back. I may have gotten permission to do the next game, just waiting on the okay, just so you know. That one started off from Anthony Sanchez, dumps it down the line. That's a leadoff double to get things rolling for the 45's. So Nate Mercado up here, shortstop for the 45's. Jim Macy checking in once again. Yeah, MPAT, you would not know that it's been pouring rain the last 2 days. Fields look amazing. Butter checking in from Arkansas. Howdy. So Menace, a team we've seen quite a bit these last few days. Saw them in the play-in games twice. That one lined over to Matt Scott. Mercado out, number one. Brings up Vince Sacy. That one flipped to the right side. Foul. Evett chased it over. Good hustle from the right fielder. Yeah, you are correct, Jerry. The sky is not purple, but it still looks cool. It actually kind of looks like our tournament shirts this year with the dark blue, light blue tie-dye. Little hippy-dippy sky right there. Peoria Matt checking in. Hello there. Ron Forster, thank you for joining us once again. To the right side once again. Matt Scott, nice catch over the shoulder. Vince with a little pop out over to first. Scott chasing it back. Had to do a little leap, but was able to get the hands around it and squeeze it. So 2 down, runner on third now. Anthony was able to advance. So Jeff Mastari up here. Grounds that one over to third. Greg fires across, gets Jeff on the lunge by about a quarter step. So the leadoff double erased. The next 3 set down in order. We head to the bottom of the first, 0-0. Menace coming up. So bottom of the first here for Menace. The batting order is Matt Scott, Dan Higgins, Tommy Evett, Greg Yursich, Popcorn Cosmina, Joe Brannigan, Jesse Rosado, Chris Camarillo, Brian Crosdale, Sal Ramondo, and Cree Costello. Let me just get this 45's defense written down real quick, and then we will go through that one left to right as usual. So left to right in the outfield is Anthony, Chuck, and Mike. Left to right across the infield, Jeff, Nate, Joe, Danny, Adam, Jimmy Moretti on the mound, and Vince behind the dish. I've had 0 tacos butter. I have not eaten any time I've been working here because I'm too busy running around making things happen. Speaking of tacos, though, in the top left of your screen, you can see the smoke from the grills. Food has been delicious. I've seen tons of smiling faces. So 2-1 here to Matt Scott. Rips that one down the line. Mike's going to cut it off before it gets too far, and a good play there from the 45's right fielder keeps Matt Scott at first base. Big leadoff single there, though, as Menace brings up Dan Higgins, who's been doing a phenomenal job between Tuesday and yesterday, absolutely driving the life out of the ball. Yeah, Matt, I was walking past the food tent taking some video just before this game, and it looked and smelled delicious as Higgins once again crushes that one into left just in front of Anthony. Slight bobble allows Scott to get to third, a wide throw, and Higgins is going to end up on second. Second and third, nobody down. Menace is cooking, and here comes Tommy Evett. J.R. Doss checking in, says, let's go, Menace. Playing with the Meatballs. In this one, they're going to play Meatball City tomorrow, 11 a.m. over on Field 2. That one lifted into right. Marola there makes the catch. Throw into third just behind Higgins. So both runners advance. 1 run scores. Matt Scott on the sac fly. Menace up early at 1-0. I haven't checked to make sure it's working, but I do believe over on Field 2 there's a video only, no announcer feed for the Chucks game. Chucks and March. That one from Yursich over to short. Nate with it. Easy throw to 1 for out number 2, but they trade the out for the run. Menace up 2-0 early. And here's Michael Popcorn Cosmina. A little bit flat there from Moretti. There's a strike. Turns on that one down the line. Mustari with the kick save and a butte. Big save. Thank you for the update, Jerry. Popcorn hits that one over to Jeff, down to a knee. Fires a dart over to first for out number 3, but Menace get 2 across in the bottom of the first. They've got an early lead. 45's coming up in the second. So top two, sorry, here for the 45's. It's going to be Scotty, Joe, and Danny. Yeah, I believe they're working through a Mevo over on field 2, which is what I use for board meetings, and those things can be a pain in the butt sometimes, so working with what we can. But wanted to take the opportunity to make sure there was at least some sort of video for the Iowa people. As that one hit over to short, Cree plays it over to his side. No step, plant, throw. Good out for out number 1. Costello got rid of that one in a hurry. Made a nice throw over to first to get Scotty. So Joe Yaris up here. And I did get a little programming note from Roach Aceves over on the Menace side. I'll share it after this one. Dropped in center by Sal Ramondo. A tough ball. Got his hands on it, but just carried out of the fingertips. Yaris is going to freeze at third. Good freeze there. Good relay throw to get that one back in. But Roach said we'd sure love to take this win. Just so you know, we've had 3 top 5 finishes in major nationals. So you know these boys come into play today with the expectation to win. Early lead right now, but a good start for the 45's here in the second on the triple from Yaris. So Danny V up here. Jimmy Moretti on deck. Give Jimmy a shout once he walks up. He's one of our sponsors here this weekend. Then we'll say thank you to all the rest of them. Knuckleball there from Crosdale. Pop fly into left. Jesse Rosado there makes the catch. Throw, good throw in from left. Higgins there cuts it off down the line. Good throw over to Jurcic at third. Great play there from Rosado to keep the runner at 3. So while they talk to the umpire, we'd like to do a quick sponsor thanks. This one we'll do right now because Jimmy's at bat, but Papa Magoo's and the Uncle Jimmy Cousin Donnie show, our friend Donnie Rollins. Crosdale talking to Roach, so we got a little bit more time. Would like to thank Cut Shot Sports with their bats. Mike will be here with bats all weekend. If you'd like to buy one, you can find him. We'll finish the other 2 after this pitch. Jimmy takes a ball a little deep. A+ cleaning and maintenance service. Do the last one after this pitch. Crosdale with a knuckleball finds the zone, and of course FH Passion, where you can build with passion. We'd like to thank all of you for supporting us this weekend during the tournament. That one just knuckles outside the zone. That one catches the plate. 3-1. Pitcher to pitcher here. The fire and the passion. That is right. Just finds the outside of the zone. Jimmy lifts that one into right center. Ramondo over, makes the catch, and they hold Joe Yaris at third base. 2 big outfield outs. Keeps the runner at bay. Keeps this one a 2-run ball game. Menace coming up in the bottom of the second. So Joe Brannigan, Jesse Rosado, and Chris Camarillo coming up here. Strike to start things off from Moretti. Should be a fun pitching matchup. Moretti versus Crosdale. Brannigan hits that up the middle, just past Yaris into center. That's a leadoff single. And up comes Jesse Rosado. After this batter, just want to give a shout out to our friends helping us out on field 2. Jesse lifts that one into center. Chuck freezes, takes a couple steps in, makes the catch for out number 1. But yeah, I want to give a quick shout out to our friends from the Iowa SSA. I was talking to Jake Reynolds actually before the game and talking about field 2, and they offered to help us out and get a little coverage for the Chucks game. So thank you to you guys for making that happen over there. Just checked it out. It looks good. Looks good. They even did a quick download of our logo to put it on there, which is awesome. There's a strike to Chris. Fly ball into center. Chuck was playing shallow. He has to chase it back. That one tailing away. He's able to cut it off before it gets too deep. Throws it all the way back into Moretti. Brannigan's going to hold at third. Chris at second. Two runners in scoring position with 1 out. And here comes Brian Crosdale. Apologies on the delay for the scoreboard, too. Sometimes when I change those buttons, it takes a little bit to communicate with the computer. So the pitcher, Crosdale, with an opportunity to help himself right here. Lifts that one into center. Chuck into the gap, makes the catch. The throw goes towards third. Chris is going to hold, but Brannigan's going to come in to score. So 3-0 now for Menace. So Sal Ramondo here trying to drive in the other runner in scoring position. Ramondo hits that one hard up the middle. Yaris right there makes the catch, throws to Haas, but Menace able to scrape one more across. We head to the top of the third. 45's coming up chasing 3. Top 3, it's going to be Adam Haas, Mike Marola, and Chuck Regalado. I always make the joke when someone's got the same last name and go, oh, I wonder if they're related. And Chuck last year goes, after the tournament, goes, I'm pretty sure I am related to the guy you think I'm related to. So it's never worked out that way, but. Haas lifts that one over short. Costello chasing it back. Thought that he was getting called off by Jesse Rosado. Stopped for a half second. That hesitation cost him. That's a leadoff single for Adam Haas. So unfortunate situation there for Menace defensively to start things off. Puts a runner on first. And here's Mike Marola. You could see Costello kind of chasing it back. He took a half step and a look to his left fielder, Jesse Rosado, and that ball landed right between them. So let's see if 45's can capitalize. Knuckleball finds the zone there from Crosdale. Marola lifts that one into right. Almost gets past Evitt, but he knocks it down. That one took a weird hop. Chuck takes a strike. Doesn't like that one. Steps out for a second. Hey, doing a good job to our left, kind of talking Chucky down a little bit. Chuck hits that one into right, over to Evitt once again. He's going to get that one in. Haas is going to come around and score. Marola over to third. RBI single for Chuck Regalado. So first and third now. 45's get one back. A very costly drop, or not even a drop. That one landed clean between the two of them. The run comes around to score. 45's have the makings of a big inning here. Leadoff hitter Anthony Sanchez up first and third, nobody down. That one to the left side falls in front of Rosado. Marola's going to come in to score. So first and second. 3-2. So 2 runs in, 2 runners on, nobody out here for the 45's. Our number 2 hitters up. So prime positioning. Lifts that one into left. Rosado under it. Let's see if Chuck's going to tag. He dekes, but a good throw from left does get through Greg's hands, but good backup from the pitcher, Crosdale. So Menace able to get that all-important first out. Force at any of the infield pillows, so an opportunity to get out of this one with the lead for Menace, but Vince Sacy hoping to say not too fast. Rips that one between third and short. Rosado's going to come up with it, fires it to third. Chuck comes in to score. And just like that, we're knotted up at 3. Jeff Mastari, who was a one-time guest recently on the Uncle Jimmy Cousin Donnie show, had some great insight as one of the more youthful players in the major leagues. Hammers that one into left. Rosado chasing it back. He doesn't even get a hand on it. Let's see if Jeff touches them all. Likely he will. He's rounding third, hot on Vince's heels. And a 3-run bomb. Jeff Mastari says, "Get off me, ball." So still one out here for Scotty. Nice pitch from Crosdale. Yes, Manny, the losers bracket games start tomorrow morning, bright and early at 8 a.m. That one rolled over to short. Cree with it, fires across. Scott makes the catch for out number 2. Well, there's not much I can do about that, Gene. Their option is either a stream going in and out that's unmanned or no stream at all. Yaris rips that one into left, right at Rosado, makes the catch for out number 3, but a big offensive explosion. 6 runs for the 45's in the third. Menace coming up in the bottom of the third. So bottom 3, 11-1-2 for Menace, Cree, Costello, Matt Scott, and Dan Higgins. Yes, Papalos Popcorn is playing. Sean, hello. Yes, Pat, that was the Gangrel Brood intro. Ready, just misses. Cree hits that one between Nate and Jeff. A big leadoff single. Brings him back to the top of the order, and Matt Scott, as Donnie called him during our play-in game together, professional hitter. Sean, if you head over to quickscores.com/Forest Park, the top link will be the No Glove Nationals bracket. The full bracket, including all the times and field locations, will be right there. Scott pushes that one to the same spot between Nate and Jeff. Back-to-back singles to start things off. Hot singles in your area brings up Dan Higgins. Big Rig takes a strike. Hammers that one deep into center. Chuck chasing it back, gets under it, makes the catch. Both runners advancing on the tag. Higgins gave it a ride, but good range from the 45 center fielder, able to track it down. So here's Tommy Evett with a nice ovation from the fans to our right. Just got a score update from our guy Joel Zavala. Says 3-2 March over Chucks right now on the top of the sixth. So one down, second and third. Throw goes to 3. Good throw and tag, but Costello right there. Rips that one into right. Good ball from Evett. They're going to hold Scott at third, and a good throw in from Marola in right. So a wise hold there from Didi at third. But they do get Costello to come in to score. First and third now. Menace gets one back.
Greg Yursich.
Potentially, I will be live for the last game, Sean. I'm trying to clear that with the tower right now. I sent a message to Mission Control. We'll see. Fastball from Moretti. Rips that one into left, falls at the feet of Sanchez. Evett's going to hold at second, so first and second now. Another run in for Menace, chasing one on a good ball from Greg Yursich. We're going to get a timeout. So while we get that timeout, sure we clean the plate. A little high. We're cleaning the umpires back. But we want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors, A+ Cleaning and Maintenance Service, commercial and residential services, Cut Shot Sports. And hey, if you want to buy a Cut Shot bat this weekend, Mike will be here from Cut Shot. He's got some bats with him. He would love to make it happen. We would love to facilitate that. So reach out to us if you can't reach out to him, and we'll get you guys in touch. Papa Magoo's and the Uncle Jimmy Cousin Donnie show. Sorry, Uncle Jimmy and Cousin Donnie show. Heard popcorn and my mind went elsewhere. And then FH Passion. So Mike Cosmina, popcorn up here. A chance to tie this one back up at 6. Rips that one down the line. Jeff down to a knee, looking ahead at third, and he dropped it. One of those cases where that ball hopped right up into the chest. You could see the eyes go up before the hands. Good speed from Evett on second, able to get to third, no problem. So bases loaded, 1 out on the misplay over at third. Jeff plays a pretty clean third, so that's just one of those times where sped himself up a little bit. That ball knocked down, kicked away just far enough for Tommy to get over there. I might have distracted him, Papalos, if I did, and then that wouldn't have happened, so. Joe Brannigan with a big opportunity here. Hits that up the middle to Moretti. Moretti throws to Vince at home. Over to first. Bingo. Bango. Bongo. What a double play to end the scoring threat and keep a 1-run lead for the 45's as we head to the top of the 4th. So top four, 45's, sending 7, 8, 9, Danny, Jimmy, and Adam to the plate. Beautiful double play started by Jimmy Moretti. Got a weak ground ball back to the pitcher, fired it home. Vince threw right around his man, fired it to first, and they got a double play to end the bases loaded 1-out scoring threat.
Oriole.
So Menace able to get 2 back, but a key double play from the 45's keeps them in the power position. Rips that one into left. So let's see if he takes a big turn around first. Rosado, good ball into 2. Keeps Danny over at first. So Jimmy Moretti here with a runner on first. Hits that over to short. Cree to 2. Brannigan with it. Mike has him out at second, says Brannigan dropped it, but was able to pick it up with his foot on the bag. Izzy's going to come out and say he never had the ball. But I don't think Mike is going to change his mind on that one. From my perspective, he definitely dropped it, but he was on the bag when he picked it up, so the timing interesting there. Mike's going to talk to the home plate umpire. Joe saying the same thing. He picked it up before he got off the bag. The umpires confer. Everything holds as it is, so they do get the lead runner. 1 dead here for Moretti. Or sorry, 1 dead here for Adam. Moretti on first. Little deep from Crosdale. Rips that into center. Ramondo knocks it down, kicks it around, but he's able to pick it up and keep Moretti at 2. Had a chance on that ball, but wisely played it on the hop, keeping that in front of him. First and second, 1 out. And here's Mike Marola. Petkus, big if true. Feel like yesterday would not have been a good day to eat sushi outside. So we're going to get a runner over at second. It's going to be 10 for 29. So Anthony running over at 2 for Jimmy. Marola flips that to the right side, off the tree. So 1-1 here to Marola. Takes the ball, just misses. Flips that to the line. Evitt up with it. Throw is going to go towards second. Brannigan had an opportunity as Haas was just a bit too far off the bag, but the call to him came in just a bit late. He was looking home. Anthony comes in to score. Couple different options there for Evitt. Unfortunately, a couple different voices calling out a couple different things. So first and second still 1 out here for Chuck. Going to get another runner. Haas is going to get a runner number 37. It's going to be Jake. That's our guy Ram calling up. Flip to the right side once again, but foul. Great back and forth game so far. We're in the top of the 4th right now. 45's and Menace have basically been playing a Charles or a Michael Jordan, Larry Bird game of anything you can do, I can do better. That one out to Evitt, throws it into second. Another run comes in. Marola over at third. They're going to get time. So first and third, 45's extend the lead to 3. Good piece of hitting from the 11 hitter to bring it back to the top, Anthony Sanchez. Lifted into center. Ramondo over. Gonna shoot 2. Brannigan with a play. They get him on the tag. Mike with an emphatic out call. Chuck is okay. The run does come in to score. Chuck gunned down at second for the third out. Not sure what Roach is arguing, but we'll see if we can hear that. We're going to take a break as we head to the bottom of the fourth. 45's up 4. So bottom 4 here for Menace, Jesse Rosado, Chris Camarillo, and Brian Crosdale. Yeah, interesting, Brandon, but I'm just here to talk, not think. Richard, I might be doing the final game, the signature and future game. That one lined back to Moretti, knocks it down, off balance throw over to first, full split from Haas, and Mike calls him out. Yeah, I have a feeling that last bit of the top of the fourth is going to get clipped quite a bit. Yeah, Peoria Matt, this is the guy that was making fun of Shane on the score that one time. The umpire in the field. So Chris Camarillo up here with 1 down. John, I'll try to get that for you right now. It looks like they've been having some camera issues over there. Chris pushes that to the right side. Danny right there. Jimmy running over to cover, gets a foot on, but Chris does beat it over there. Close play, but he's safe, so we're going to get a pinch hitter here. Roach hitting for Crosdale. Roach, of course, using the Columbia blue. So big spot here for the pinch hitter. Runner on first, 1 out. Pushes that to the right side. Haas with it. It's a foot race. Gets the foot on first before Roach can get there. Chris moves up to scoring position, but 2 down. And here's Ramondo.
No.
Ramondo gets time. Flat ball wasn't that deep, but you respect it. Looks like the game just ended over there, so March high-fiving. I believe they defeated Chucks, but we'll get the official score. Just hang tight, my friends. Sal hits that up the middle. Moretti, like a cat, knocks it down, fires to first. Holds a Menace scoreless there in the bottom of the fourth. We head to the top five. 45's with a 4-run lead. Two, three, four coming up for the 45's. Nate, Vince, and Jeff. So March beat Chucks 5-4. So March moves on. They're going to take on the winner of this one tomorrow at 6:30. Chucks will be playing tomorrow at 11 a.m. against Meatball City. That one flipped to the right side. Good ball from Mercado. Start things off with a single. Takes a big turn, draws a throw, but scampers back safely. That one over to third. Safe at second. Good read over there. Got over there in a hurry. So now first and second. They were looking for a double play, and just like that, first and second, nobody out. Mastari hammers that one high into the night sky. Rosado chasing it back, still chasing it back. We're going to get a two-bag tag from Nate. Vince heading towards third. The throw goes to three. Skips away from Greg. And Mike puts his arm out. I believe he's going to call some sort of interference. Vince and Greg bumped into each other. And then we saw a little bit of pushing. So the umpires are going to talk once again. This game has been highly contentious. Let's see what they call before we... So Menace is trying to argue right now there was no slide into contact. Izzy and Greg having a laugh over to our left. So good to see that the tensions aren't heightened from that one. Yeah, it looked like Vince, as that ball skipped away, was coming around and the players got tangled up. So umpires having a pretty good conversation about it right now. So they're going to give him the run. Crosdale and Roach talking to the umpire saying, that leaves my third baseman defenseless if he can just run through him. Greg coming in to talk now. I pulled one can off. I'm trying to listen. And then Greg saying, as he ran through me, he extended his arms and pushed. So just trying to figure out what he can do differently in that situation. Now Mike coming back in to talk to the umpire. After a talk with Higgins, they're going to step back and have a conversation. So we'll pull that down so we can watch them talk. So home plate umpire says, I didn't see what happened. So now Higgins saying to the home plate umpire, on the play, our guy had the ball knocked out. And you can see he's not liking the explanation too much right there. I'm guessing the majority of their frustrations coming from the fact that as he came around, there was a little bit of extension as Yurcich was trying to go after the ball was knocked out. So yeah, they're frustrated about the no slide and then the contact after that. I haven't even filled out my score sheet yet. So yeah, the big point of contention now just seems to be from the Menace side. What's our third baseman supposed to do in that situation? I'm thinking a little bit of frustrations carrying over from that throw into second as well. Roach came in and was not happy with the fact that they called the run that scored on the play at second as well. So you've got to believe there's a little bit of frustration from that one carrying over into this one. And you definitely understand the conversation they're having. But yeah, like you said, John, I don't think they're going to change it at this point. They've already conferred twice. So Scotty right there takes a strike. Two more in for 45s after that. All stays official. Lifts that one foul to the left side over towards concessions. Eleven. Scotty hits that one into the gap. Ramondo actually able to cut it off. Playing pretty deep, so 1 out single there. So Larry Downs going to come in and run for Scotty. Appreciate you all for sticking with us through that whole thing. Trying to do play-by-play on an umpire argument as Yaris hits that one into left. Downs is going to hold at second. Big turn for Yaris, but nowhere to go. So they're going to pull Crosdale out and put Roach on the mound. Hopefully he's had a couple minutes to take some deep breaths and not let that carry over. Try to stop him here. Like I said, you definitely understand the frustration, but you can't let it consume you at this point, especially down against a good team like the 45's. Crosdale going to continue the conversation just to try to see, but he just threw a hypothetical at him and said, what would we have to do differently in that situation? So much less fire and passion in this conversation. So Danny here, first and second. Pushes that to the right side, foul. John. The nice thing about it is he's somebody who's been around the game for a long time, so understands the importance of this moment, of this situation, of this game. Pushes that over Scott's head into right. Tommy with it. The throw goes towards third. Downs froze. He's on the bag. Had a chance for the play at home. Larry Downs kind of stuttered around third, but he did come around to score. So second and third, another run in for the 45's. Yaris over to three. Danny into second on the throw. Jimmy Moretti up here. Lifts that to the left side. Foul. 12-5 right now. 45's up over Menace. Menace had him in an early hole, and then the 45 exploded for 6 in the third, 3 more in the fourth, 3 more right now in the fifth. Still only 1 out. Runners on second and third. Roach just missed the throw. Almost got Yaris right there. Thank God for thighs. The trajectory was not favorable. Jimmy lifts that into left. That one's going to find some space just in front of Jesse. Both runners are going to come in to score. Moretti heading to second. Head first dive. Help yourself, Jimmy Moretti. Big 2 RBI double there. Makes it 14-5. One more run across would make this a 10-run game and would force Menace to have to bring one across in the next. Roach going to try to hold him here. Joe Pauly, the pinch hitter for Adam Haas. Misses outside. There's a strike, finds the zone. Pauly hits that right through Roach's hands. He's grabbing his finger. That one might have bent the finger back because I didn't hear it clip anything. So now we're going to get 27 for 7. That's going to be Isidro. Hitting for Marola. So the lefty here with a chance to make it 10. Pushes that to the left side. Foul. About 10 feet. Back to the pitcher. Roach with it. Throws home. A little low to Higgins. Higgins loses the ball. It's under Jimmy. Slight hesitation from the pitcher all the time. Jimmy needed. Higgins unable to make the pick. First and second. Another run in. And we're going to get Chris Lentine hitting right now for Chuck. Chris takes a strike. High into center, over to Ramondo. Makes the catch, no tag. So back to the top, and this will be the 11th batter of the inning for Anthony's or for 45's with Anthony Sanchez. Sanchez hits that one right under Roach's hand. Pauly comes around to score. Isidro's going to get held at third. Izzy was waiting to see what happened with the throw. Anthony with an RBI single, and we've officially shifted over one box on the score sheet. (16-5) now here in the fifth. They've batted around. Nate Mercado, who led this inning off and scored. Pushes that to the right side. Mercado takes a ball off the plate. Yeah, Jerry, it was set up for when the camera was in the right window, but I haven't moved that. That one splits Joe and Cree. Anthony around third. He's going to score as well. So a 2 RBI single off the bat of Nate Mercado. And this one is officially busted open. Well, hey Rick, thanks for tuning in from Texas. I don't know if anyone's ever shouted out Texas on that one. Roach with a fastball to Vince. Big smile on his face. Vince saying to the umpire, "What the heck, man? That's a 16-inch ball." That one misses. Grounded up to Roach. Backhand flip over to Scott. They get the third out. But 45's bring 9 across in the fifth. It's 18-5. Menace with a little bit of work to do. So bottom of the fifth, Menace chasing 13. They're going to have a pinch hitter to start this one off. It's going to be Jaden, and then back to the top. So hoping that the top of the order can do a little work. Takes a strike. Illegal pitch there. Jaden hits that up the middle right to Yaris, able to keep that one off the ground for out number 1. ball off the plate. Over to Nate. Nate fires across. Gets Matt by a step for out number 2.
Jen Higgins.
Lifts that one deep into left. Sanchez there under it, makes the catch for out number 3. And that's going to do it in this one. 45's victorious over Menace, 18-5 in 5. So 18-5, 45's victorious over Menace. And hey, guess what? I didn't get a text message back that says I can't do the next game. So I think I'm going to hang out and do the next game. Better to ask for forgiveness, because when I asked for permission, nobody reached back out. So I'm going to get everything turned around. We'll get this bad boy fired back up. But I think we are going to end up staying live for Signature and Future. And then I can get you all your high Y and money line updates as we go. So for game number 13, want to thank you for joining us. Appreciate all of you hanging out with me over on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. 45's victorious, 18-5. They move on. They're going to face off with March tomorrow at 6:30 here on Field 1. Menace moves into the losers bracket. They're going to face Goodwood at 11 a.m. on Field 1 as well. But I'm going to get this bad boy ending. I'm going to get everything copied over. I'm going to get ready for the final game. I was not prepared for this, but we're going to do it anyways. So hang tight. We'll be back in a few minutes to enjoy the final game of night 2 of the No Glove Nationals 16-inch softball tournament.